Hello again, and welcome back to Crossing the Foul Line. This is episode part 2. I'm your host, Joe Jeffries, and you're listening to the podcast where the oil patterns are confusing, the handicap is suspicious, and someone in the league definitely just bought a new ball that will be their excuse. For 2 games. We'll break down the latest bowling stories, call out a few sandbaggers, and celebrate the proud tradition of what used to be the beer frame, but now has everyone raising their hand when you leave a 5-pin. And I think someone still owes me a shot from last week, by the way. This is the show where we may talk about league night drama, questionable scoring, or the guy who says, I never practice, right before casually shooting 750. Remember, if somebody says, I'm just here to have fun tonight, that usually means they brought 6 balls, a backpack, 2 chamois, and a spreadsheet of lane transition notes. So crack open a cold one, step up on the approach, and try not to kick the ball return, because things are about to get weird. This is Crossing the Foul Line.
Hey, this is David Hayes, and you're listening to Crossing the Foul Line with Joe Jeffries.
In bowling news today, a brand that's been part of League Night for generations is rolling its final frame. After more than 60 years, Columbia 300 is officially being retired as part of a company's decision to focus on other brands and their lineup. Founded in 1960, Columbia 300 helped shape modern bowling and produced countless bowling balls that have lived in 3-ball bags, 5-ball rollers, and occasionally the trunk of someone's car for about 15 years. The company says the move is part of a strategy to streamline its portfolio and focus on future innovation. But for a lot of league bowlers, Columbia 300 will always be remembered as the one ball you threw your first 200 with, and probably blamed the lanes when it stopped hooking. Rest easy, old friend.
Hi, this is Jamie Hayes, and you're listening to Crossing the Foul Line with Joe Jeffries, and I have no idea why.
It's now time for the Gutter Spare Tip of the Week, brought to you by Grayless Otter Creek Tire and Towing. If your car's tire throws a gutter ball, call Grayless. They can sell you a spare. Yeah, cheesy, I know, but you'd expect nothing less from this show. Starting next week, we would love for these tips to come from our listeners. Send us a video, voice message, however you want to get it to us, or just write it down, send it to us, and we can read it on the air for you, anonymously, or we can use your name. But here's this week's bowling tip. If you're struggling to hit the pocket, try moving your feet before you move your target. A lot of league bowlers panic and start chasing the arrows all over the lane like a toddler chasing pigeons in a park. Instead, make a small move with your feet, 2 boards left or right, and keep your eyes on the same target. Most of the time, the problem isn't where you're looking, it's where you're standing. And remember, if none of that works, just blame the oil pattern. That's what the rest of us do. All right, listeners, we're going to get right into the interview with David and his dad, Jamie. But first, don't forget to check all the tournament news on Terre Haute Bowling. We may have Joe Labatt, Adam Smith, maybe some others on soon. Keep checking back for details. I know the Chili Doubles is coming up in a couple weeks. Also, March Madness in Mount Vernon, Illinois by Joe Labatt. That's where we'll be that weekend. Southern Indiana Senior Tour on the 21st, I believe. Lots of good stuff coming up. Now let's get to David and Jamie. This week's guests, actually, we have 2 of them. We have David Hayes and his dad, Jamie. We're going to talk to them about how it was for David growing up through his college years, and then some things after he's got out of college. Welcome, David. Jamie, how you guys doing?
Doing well. Thanks for having us.
Happy to be here.
So, we've known each other for a few years now. I've known you since you were a little kid because I worked for your dad, David, your grandpa, doing auctioneering stuff. So I kind of know a little bit of your backstory, but there's a lot of people out there that I'm sure don't know, and everybody around here knows you bowled on TV for college and all that stuff. But who gets more nervous during competitions?
Me or him?
Yeah, either one.
Do you get more nervous, or do I get more nervous?
That's for both of you.
Oh.
Well, I know that I get nervous during competition.
Oh, man.
I have no doubt.
I pace and I stand. I usually don't sit in a chair. People offer me chairs, and I would rather be on my feet.
David, I'm sure you get nervous, but does the mechanical and competition aspect of it take over once you start bowling and your nervousness goes down a little?
Absolutely. Once competition starts, especially when I have a good look and I know what's going on, playing the lanes well, seeing things well, everything fades away. And everything becomes background noise, even the setting, no matter how many people are watching. If it's a title match or qualifying, it doesn't matter.
Now, did it matter if you were doing singles or if you had the team dynamic with a coach? Did it matter? Did it help any?
Yeah, I felt like I was better at the team aspect of college bowling. There's a really small singles aspect. I think the team helped a lot because it was 7 other people to lean on, including the coach, and it's those 8 other people giving you feedback and advice on what you could be doing better. It helps a lot.
Well, and most of that is, you don't bowl the whole game, so you have to kind of rely on other people's looks, and you have to pay attention to what the lanes are doing and what everybody else is doing too, I'm sure.
Yeah, exactly.
So before we even start the bowling, who gets more superstitious?
I don't think him and I have ever talked about that. What do you think?
I generally wear the same thing to tournaments. This zip-up hoodie.
I knew if somebody had an answer to that, it was going to be a him.
Yeah. I generally wear this. It's not really superstitious, but this is just what I always wear when I go.
And just because they sounded like in my headphones, that was actually David's dad that said that. He's the one that's more superstitious.
Yeah, I don't think I might have had more superstition in me when I was younger, maybe start of college. I think if I do anything that seems superstitious, like sitting in the same chair if I move pairs, sitting the same way, putting my bag down the same area, I like the routine and the process. I like the feeling of everything feeling the same from like one pair to the next, one game to the next. I feel more grounded that way.
Is it kind of the same way when you get up on the approach? Do you wipe your ball the same? Do you put your fingers in the same? I know a lot of us do that, but I don't wipe mine off. So, well, I take that back. If the lanes are real oily, I wipe it off, only because I can't stand to have the oil underneath my index finger when I put my hand in the ball.
Yeah, I don't like that either. Even if it's somehow on the palm of my hand or one of the fingers, it's a horrible feeling.
I know it's a little thing that affects my ball motion or anything like that, but just that feeling, I can't get it out of my head when I'm bowling.
Yeah. I
The
think
pre-shot routine, he's worked on that pre-shot routine his entire career, even he started as a little kid. And it's obviously it's evolved and it's gotten maybe a little bit more elaborate, but he does the same exact thing every time he gets up. If you watch him on TV or watch videos of him bowling, his pre-shot routine is the same every time.
Most people that are above a certain level, they do have. Did that help with the nervousness, you think? Did that help with the calming you down and blocking everything out because you're just concentrating on that?
I can't explain why, but I know that's part of it.
Well, and there's a huge mental part to this game that a lot of people who aren't at that level don't understand, because you have to perform. You have to be able to block the bad shots out of your brain. You throw a bad shot, you got another frame, do it again. I mean, well, not throw a bad shot again, but you just do your routine again, and the next shot, just make your adjustment and go for it.
Exactly.
What's a mistake you see league bowlers make over and over?
I'm of no help on this question.
Really?
I guess anybody in general, what's one thing that you have fixed in your approach or swing that you see a lot of people do that you're like, oh man, if they just fix that?
Oh, like in their approach?
Yeah.
That's such a good question. I gotta look out here.
I think that's a hard one to answer.
I'm sure it is.
I'm not a bowler.
Yeah.
He got bowling from everybody else. He didn't get it from me. And but I think the thing I've noticed as an observer is the thing I loved about bowling is everyone's trying to do the same thing, and everyone has their own style and their own flair for how they do it.
Yeah.
Everybody's built differently. Everybody delivers the ball differently. But the whole idea, is get as many strikes as you can. And I think there are probably a lot of mistakes that are common, but I think a lot of people, their approach is so varied that the mistakes are varied as well. I don't know if that makes any sense. But
Well, when I was learning to bowl, a lot of coaches were into muscle memory. Your body's going to naturally do what it's going to do, and for you to be able to change that, it's a huge undertaking because you have to repeat it over and over and over and over. And once you go back to it, it's hard to break out of it again. Me and Johnny Mac talked about it last week, that your body's going to do what it's going to do, and everybody's got to have their own style. They can't be a cookie cutter kind of thing that everybody's going to have the same approach, the same release. As far as me, if I was answering that question, I would say probably everybody trying to help the ball. I see a lot of that going on in League Two because they see something they don't understand. They're going to try to rotate it more or make it go faster. Or Jeff and Brian, my two teammates, I've told them guys for a long time, and I've told Harold this too, stop throwing it and just roll it. You're going to adjust a lot better, and you're either pulling it or you're going to throw it past the break point or something like that. If you just roll the ball and let it do what it needs to do.
Yeah, there's truth to that. I think lane play, something that's always bugged me is when league bowlers hook at their spares.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. I do it sometimes too, but I know it can be predictable when you bowl the same house every week, same pattern every week.
Yeah.
But if you're wanting to bowl on harder conditions, succeed, you have to throw straight at your spares.
Yeah.
You have to. And some of my old teammates in college, they call me psycho for shooting straight at my spares on a house shot, but I stand by it.
Yeah.
I still do it to this day.
Well, again, it goes back to muscle memory. If you're not doing it all the time, you're going to fall back into it and make a mistake on a sports shot because you tried to hook your spare
Yeah.
and you should have just went straight at it.
Yeah.
The next question I have right here, how important is spare shooting versus striking? Should it be practiced more?
Spare shooting?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can strike. Like, I feel like bowlers always know how to throw a strike ball. I don't think a lot of bowlers know how to shoot spares.
Yeah.
At least at the league level, perhaps.
Well, when I was learning, it was always the 3-6-9 rule.
Yeah, I've heard
Every
of that.
pin, right or left of the head pin, you move 3 boards. So if it was a 10 pin, you're moving 9 boards. So I line up so far left that I'd be in front of the ball return if I tried that. But yeah, it's a rule that we stood by for a long, long time.
Yeah.
I think the best time to practice maybe your spares is, if you don't come and practice at all, is do it during warm-up for league. Your first few shots, you're just trying to get loose anyway. So try to throw it a 10 pin, try to throw it a 7 pin, see if there's something weird in the middle that it's not going to hook over to the 7 pin, or if you hook at the spares. So yeah, the best time to try that, I think, is your first few shots on practice and league night. What local bowler have you looked up to the most?
That's a great question. That's a really good
So
question.
many people to defend.
There's a lot. Yes.
One answer, and many people that you could
Yeah.
look up to over the years at different times for different reasons. That's a tough question.
Yeah, if it's more than one, that's fine.
Scott Dillion's one.
Scott, yes.
Yeah. He was.
He's
I think he was a bit of a mentor when I was in high school, a little bit.
He's got a great combination of, I'm a good bowler, but I also have fun while I'm doing it too.
Yes, he is. He's
Nobody
the
has
fun
more
guy.
fun than Scott.
Oh yeah, he has a great time.
Scott Dillion for sure. Dwayne Perry, just how he throws the ball.
Yeah.
His physical game's incredible.
His release is super smooth.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and that's one of the things I've noticed about him is his release is just awesome. And it's funny you say that because I think yours is too. I think yours is super smooth, and that's maybe where you worked on it from.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I was inspired by Dwayne. I think I realized later on how good his release was.
Yeah.
I've always thought he was smooth, but then I watched his release one shot and I was like, whoa.
Yeah, you didn't know why,
That's
but you knew it was. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Cut this part out.
Yeah, I know. I want to get this right because I know that there's somebody I'm not thinking of.
Yeah.
Well,
Who
a lot
comes
of this,
to your mind?
Well, for different reasons, there are different people that I look up to because they brought you, help get you here.
Yeah,
There's Fran.
Coach the head,
Yeah.
Fran Pepper, Scott Johnson,
Fran was your first coach.
yeah, Harley Jones,
Yeah. And Fran.
Stacy Jones.
Fran
Harley was
coached him to the point where he felt like he got David as far as he could. And Fran said, David, I think you need somebody that can teach you more than I'm capable of teaching you. And that gave me a tremendous amount of respect for Fran,
Yeah.
For knowing, this kid needs more.
Yeah.
And all those guys, I've really appreciated what they've done for him over the years. And, I love seeing him whenever I pop into, a league night or something, just to see David or something.
Yeah.
I love seeing those guys around. It's fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Harley. He's tried to coach me back in the day, but I was on a team that wasn't the. We're kind of the bad team of the whole league, so I didn't get as much coaching as I probably should have. If you had a choice to bowl at any bowling alley, where would you bowl?
In the world, or
Well, the United States.
okay,
South Point.
South Point.
is that your favorite place?
The atmosphere. I love the environment of South Point.
Oh, really?
Yes.
South Point is brilliant. I love going there to watch. I like Thunderbolt too.
Thunderbolt.
Yeah.
That's a fun place.
So that is a fun place to bowl. It's a fun place to watch.
It's just cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm kind of excited to go to Reno this year because I've only bowled one Nationals ever.
Really?
And it was Corpus Christi. So I've not been to Vegas. I've not been to Reno. I've not been to any of those
I've never
bigger
been to Reno,
stadiums.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it was, 2008 when I did it.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a long time ago.
It's been a while.
If
Yeah.
you get a chance to go to South Point, if it works out for you, you'll love it.
Yeah, the arena specifically.
The arena
Yeah.
is designed for that level of competition,
Yeah.
and to have spectators, and give them a good vantage point too. It's just awesome.
Yeah, when I did it back then, I hadn't paid attention to my game as much as I do now. And I was out to lunch for sure.
Yeah.
It was a good time, but man, it was tough.
Yeah, this will be my first Nationals, and I'm excited for it.
What has been your favorite and least favorite bowling balls?
Oh, I know his least favorite.
Do you?
I think it's at the Mako Shark.
Oh, yeah.
It's the only bowling ball I ever won in a raffle.
Yeah.
While he was at a tournament.
Yeah.
And
It was a
it
track.
was terrible.
Mako Attack.
Mako
Well,
Attack?
It just never looked good. It was horrible.
It just didn't work for him.
I have right now I have an attention star that looks awful, which is crazy because it's drilled the same way as my first one, which looked phenomenal.
Yeah.
It's just the specific ball I have, not the attention star as a whole. Best ball ever. Phase 2, Purple Hammer, Reality.
Reality, that's my favorite.
That's a great bowling ball. Right now it's the Kinetic Sapphire. The track Kinetic
Really?
Sapphire. It's
Yeah.
the 2017 overseas ball. I've never had a ball come off the end of the pattern and go through the pins like it has on multiple occasions, multiple different patterns, multiple different centers. It's incredible. Everything I want out of the bowling ball.
Yeah, it's there's been a lot of releases, and they're getting more and more prevalent throughout these years, and it seems like everybody's got to have a new ball, and you just need to get used to the one you've got.
Yeah, to a point. I agree.
A lot of the rejuvenation stuff they're doing now, they can rejuvenate just a little bit and get a little bit
Yeah.
out of it, but sometimes it kills a ball too.
Yeah, I don't know how big I am on that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I have much of an opinion, but I'm a little skeptical. I would rather just buy another bowling ball the same as the one I'm replacing and drill it the exact same and just hope it's the same.
I kind of have an out of the norm belief that once a ball has an oil pattern in it or an oil base in it, I don't change it. I don't clean it. I don't do nothing. Once
Interesting.
it gets an oil shine on it, I just let it go because it's going to do the same process over and over again when you clean it. So I just don't do it.
Fair enough.
It's my belief, and I'm gonna stick to it.
Stick to it.
Well, you should. We started David cleaning his bowling balls after every practice.
Yeah.
Every time he threw it, no matter what.
And
Clean
if
every time.
I still do it.
of course, and if you think that works, that's great. It's
Yeah.
just that's what I believe, and
That's-
that I think
Yeah.
works for me.
That's what's great about bowling, though. is
Yeah.
Everyone
Well,
has their own way of doing it.
I see what comes off the towel and it's black. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's probably not good to keep in the bowling ball.
Right.
And bowling balls are expensive. They're still getting more expensive. And so if I could preserve the life of a bowling ball, I'm going to do it.
We used to poke at Jeff Hogue quite a bit because he would wear a gray shirt and always have a spot right there where he held his ball when
Yep.
he was getting up on the approach.
Yep.
Yeah, it was always there.
Oh, Daryl Davis.
Oh, yeah.
That's a local bowler.
Same here.
Yeah, it's been a while since.
Definitely same here.
Call back from earlier. You'll have to cut that out.
Yeah, no, it's fine. What is your nemesis spare? The 710's obvious, but
Well, I don't like hooking a 2-8 combo. So
Yeah.
a 2-8, 2-4-8, a bucket, 2-4-5-8, 2-4-5. I'd throw straight that one, but
if I'm gonna chop anything, it's gonna be the bucket.
yeah. It's horrible.
Yeah, it's horrible.
Yeah.
We give Harold Grayless quite a bit of slack because his is the 610.
Yeah.
He chops the 6 off every time.
Really?
Just about, yeah.
Yeah, 3-6-9-10 is not a fun one.
Yeah, I know.
I don't like that one.
Yeah.
But
What advice do you have for younger bowlers?
if you want to be good at bowling and you want to go far, go to the best program you can go to, whether that's financially or talent-wise. Don't sell yourself short, but go to the place that you feel you can grow the most. Don't just go to the place that's closest to home that happens to have a bowling team.
Yeah.
Unless it's like Wichita State or
Yeah.
McHenry or
That's a pretty
another
good one.
program. But yes, you're in college to get an education, but if you can also become a great bowler while you're getting your degree, more power to you.
Yeah.
If you want to go as far as you can, college bowling is a great avenue, but don't go to bowl in college just to have fun. Take it seriously, apply yourself, practice harder than everybody, be the first one there, last one to leave.
If I had to give advice to somebody younger that I see all the time happening, don't listen to so many people. Listen to a couple different people and do your thing.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Because I see all the time, you need to do this, and then you go to somebody else. Well, you need to do this. Stop doing that. It's like, no, you need to get used to what you're doing, and then build on it from there.
Yeah. I wonder if a lot of younger bowlers listen to just anybody because they don't really know who a good authority figure is.
Right.
And I think that can be hard for somebody at that age to determine.
I can tell you somebody they never listen to.
You?
Their parents.
Oh, yeah.
They don't listen to their parents.
Yeah,
and
true.
I have seen coaches who had kids on the team go to another parent and say, please tell my child to do X, Y, or Z, because that's what they need to do, and they won't listen to me. And another parent goes, tells them that, and it works.
So, funny you say that, because my next question is, what advice do you have to parents?
Oh, well, you kind of addressed it earlier, too, when you're talking about getting better with the bowling balls you have instead of getting something new. And that was a hard thing that we had to deal with, that I dealt with David, is, this ball doesn't do what I want it to do. I want a new ball, And you get that new ball fever. And, man, you're 11 years old.
Yeah.
You can work with what you have and get better with that. There's a lot of new equipment that passed through his hands probably should never have had.
Yeah.
But on the whole, I don't think it hurt him. I don't think it held him back that much. But there were times in tournaments where he got confused, he got lost, and having too many choices became a big frustration.
Yeah, that's a weakness. Having too many options instead of sticking with one and trying a few different things, see if you can make it work. And then if you can't, then try something different. But
one of the best youth tournaments he did was the Teen Masters, and they send you a bowling ball and you have it drilled so that it fits you, and that's the only bowling ball you use for the whole tournament.
it's plastic.
It's plastic,
It is awesome.
and it is.
You bowl on like 8 mils.
Oh, wow.
8 mils, yeah, they have, at least when I bowled it was dual pattern. One was like 8 mils, one was maybe 7. And it was like 35 feet and 45 maybe. And you're throwing a plastic ball, and it's dirt hard. It was horrible. But it was the most challenging tournament I think I ever bowled. And being able to rise and compete at a high level at that event, that was incredible.
I tried to prepare you for that by taking you to the Peterson.
Oh my gosh. I bowled the Peterson once. I think I'm good. I don't know if I
Yeah, that's an experience for sure.
I can check it off.
How many times have you done it?
I've only done it once myself. It was
This one,
him,
him and I went.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you ever going to do it
We
again?
drove his car.
Yeah.
So are you ever going to do it
This
again? Or?
Yeah. I don't, maybe, probably. It was such a good time. It was just pure fun. We didn't worry about the scores, even though I did have a high score on one of the lanes.
Sure
It
did.
was just luck.
Yeah, you can't see his face, but he looks very proud.
Yeah, oh yeah,
It was
yeah,
madness.
yeah. The best thing most I remember about that was the first 2 balls were TJ and somebody else, and both of them were in the left gutter. They both threw it and just immediately left, and everybody's like, "Oh, this is not good."
Yeah.
But yeah, not to be able to see the pins, every lane different, and they mess it up on purpose. Like your left lane may be dry as a Sahara, and the right lane may be flooded. It's crazy. Yeah, it was a good time for sure.
Wild.
What's the this could have so many answers, and both of you can answer this one because I'm sure you both heard it. What's the worst bowling excuse you've ever heard?
I stuck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you stuck?
I hate it whenever people throw something throw a horrible shot, and then they start sliding on the approach like it was the approach's fault. It's not the approach's fault. You just threw a bad shot.
I've seen that so many times. It's entertaining. I know it irritates him, but it makes me kind of laugh.
Yeah, you can obviously tell when somebody actually sticks because they fall off their shot.
Yes.
You know?
Yeah.
So yeah, it's I've seen that one, but sometimes people do stick, and with the amount of soles that they bring or they make nowadays, and there's no reason to keep sticking either.
Yeah.
And I know approaches get sticky, and that's the beauty of not having a slide. That's why that stuff don't affect me because I don't slide, so it doesn't matter.
There's so many good bowling excuses.
There is.
Well, see, as a parent and watching over the years, I don't pick up on as much of that since I'm back behind everything that's going on, and I don't hear all the discussion that's going on down in the lanes.
Well,
but
bowlers are great at not making it their fault.
Yeah. I also think bowlers are some of the most miserable people in existence.
Sometimes they are. Yeah. I've seen that. You can see that from a distance.
I've had a couple nights lately that I would be poster child for that for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple weeks ago where I was pretty rude to somebody, and I had to apologize to her because I'm like, that wasn't nice. I shouldn't have. It wasn't directed at her. It was just I had an attitude, and I said something that I wouldn't normally say.
The recipient.
Yeah, and it wasn't terrible, but it was just. She's like, I didn't even notice. I'm like, well, I did, and that's the problem.
Yeah.
So, what's the weirdest superstition you've ever seen, other than your dad wearing his hoodie every?
It doesn't seem weird to me at all.
It's 108 degrees. Why you have that hoodie on?
We were bowling ITCs, which is College Nationals in Vegas in 2023, and one of my teammates wore the same pair of pants every single day.
Oh, geez.
And it was a 3-day. We bowled 3 days because we had qualifying, the match play, then the show. I couldn't imagine wearing the same pants 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
I can imagine.
Especially if you're going to be on, especially if you're going to be on TV. You can wear them 3 days in a row. Just wash them at the hotel when you get back.
They were black pants.
Can you say who it is?
It was Nick Summer.
He'll probably never hear this anyway, so it'll be fine.
That's okay. He wouldn't care if he did.
He wouldn't care if he did.
He did make him laugh.
Yeah.
It's not really a superstition, but we always had this thing we did whenever we went to a tournament. We'd stop at Waffle House and eat.
That was just tradition.
It's a tradition more than a superstition.
That was a good time.
Although we did say tournament days always seem to go better when we started with Waffle House.
Yeah, some days we'd go places, didn't have one, and then you could blame it on not having Waffle House.
Yes, you could. That is another terrible bowling excuse.
There you go. A Waffle House is a good thing for a lot of things, especially at 3 a.m. after you've been.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
I will never understand people who don't like Waffle House. I don't get it.
Yeah.
Love Waffle House.
They exist.
Well, one thing I didn't know was, and this is getting way off of bowling, but I didn't know they put pancake batter in their omelets.
Yeah, I've heard of that.
IHOP does that too, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I've
Makes
never
it
heard of
more
that
fluffy.
before.
What?
Yeah, it makes it more fluffy. Yeah, weird. That's one of those dumb facts you'll never want to hear
I don't know
again.
what to make of that.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. Yeah. So this is a question I think I'm going to try to ask for everybody that we have on as guests. What is your I'll never forget that night story or day, I guess, but
For bowling,
yeah, and that's for both of you too. So
there's a lot of good ones. Do you have one, Dan?
Oh, when you guys won out in Las Vegas, that was
special.
Sure.
That was special. And then in AIA's last year,
Yeah, winning that was great.
That was insanely cool.
That was a great bus ride home.
I'm sure.
So I'll never forget those nights.
Yeah.
So and then I don't know. I mean, there have been so many great experiences over the years. Do you think of any others you won't forget?
Want to forget?
Can you think of any others you won't forget?
Yeah, so at Wichita we would have an annual meeting with Dr. Dean Hinnitz, who is the foremost sports psychologist, and he's a bowler himself. Meetings with Dr. Dean always got really deep, really open, get a lot of stuff out there with your team, and you'd be much closer at the end. So I remember leaving the student center at midnight after an 8-hour meeting with Dr. Dean, just feeling really happy to be where I was.
Yeah.
Those were good nights.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
Yep.
For me, it's hands down my first 300. Not just that, because it was on the same team with my mom. And as I threw the ball and it struck, I turned around and she's already on the lane at a full sprint. So I turned around, it's like, hey, Will, what's the... Yeah, so that was probably the best moment for me by far.
That's a great story.
Yeah. Well, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here. We've got about 30 minutes on here. By the time I edit it out, might only be 20.
Yeah, all my pausing and
No, hey, that's the way it goes. You gotta be able to answer what you want to answer. And some of those questions, I didn't let you read it before. I let Johnny Mac read his, but
oh, really?
You guys, yeah, I wanted to be a little more of a surprise for you guys because I knew you'd have good answers for it. So
sweet.
I appreciate both of you being on.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
I don't know who we're going to have next week, but that'll be a surprise to me too. So
I think Scott Dillion would be a fun one.
I think so too.
That might be a fun thing to do on your podcast is let the current guest request the next guest.
Oh, there you go.
If you can get people to do it.
I talked to Brian Taylor, and I think him and Ryan Nichols would be a good
That would
one
be
too.
a fun duo.
Oh yeah,
That would be fun.
I thought about next week being Adam Smith. Maybe get Adam and Scott both.
Yeah.
So
Scott, I know Scotty Johansson.
Yeah.
He'd be a good guest.
yeah, and like I said last week, as I grow, we'll get more microphones and be able to have more guests, and maybe we'll have a round table full of people. But
Yeah.
it's just we're working with 2 microphones right now, and that's what I got, and that's what we're going to go with.
I'd love to do a show with Joey Price.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind.
I'd love to do one with Joey.
That guy's a character.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, if
I like
anything,
Joey.
just have him by himself.
Yeah, I like Joey.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks a lot. We'll see you around, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
Hey, this is Jonathan Cornwell from Vigo Bowl, and you're listening to Crossing the Foul Line with Joe Jeffries. Who the hell let this guy in here?
Well, that's going to do it for this week's episode. The Only Bowling Podcast, where we report about the scores that are questionable, the stories are exaggerated, and someone in your league is definitely adjusting their average with a calculator and a guilty conscience. Thanks for hanging out with us as we talked a little bowling with David Hayes and his dad Jamie. Remember, if you shoot a 150 this week, it was the oil pattern. If you shoot 250, it was pure skill. If you would hit the like and subscribe buttons, we would appreciate it more than a light mixer. Until next time, close your bar tabs, tip your bartenders, step off the approach, and we'll see you next time on Crossing the Foul Line.
Stormtroopers, and he's riding the pine, right? Stormtroopers. 2 for 2 from Hayes. Let the kid play, coach. Come on! Almost 3 straight off the bench for Hayes. 231, 159.